Okay, so I'm continuing this. This is Lori, by the way. This series of funny things that my students put on tests. So, this one, if you can't tell what's happening here in this drawing, over to the side, you'll see that it's you will give me partial credit. And what the drawing is like a pendulum. So, like, this person is implying that the drawing is going to hypnotize me into giving them partial credit on their answer. So, some credit for creativity, uh, but no credit for the math, but credit for creativity. So, there you go. There's another funny answer I have gotten. That's an actual answer on a test. Next up is my tackle it, or did I? Hi there. Now we're to the tackle it part. And I have been really bad about consistently saying that the tackle it concept was from another yarn, Shannon. I keep forgetting to say it. I have been tagging her, but my bad. I keep forgetting to say that. So I'm not going to show this to you. I have to record that separately, but this is done. The Scrubby Yarn project is done. I've got a mouth on the Adipose. Again, a Doctor Who character. This is a Doctor Who alien. And the fat just walks away. Look it up, Doctor Who Adipose. Adipose. So I believe I need to make arms and legs, but at least arms. Well, it walks away, so it does need feet, right? Or legs. So I haven't decided how I want to do the legs. Maybe I'll do this. Like the way that, maybe I'll do that. That's how people do legs on other Sentro stuffies. Just make a line there. Maybe I'll do that and then put little arms on it. Maybe I'll shortcut it. All right. So you'll get a video about this later. And, yes, and the vision I had. My actual tackle it, well, I did tackle that. My tackle it is this right here. My cow blanket. I am so close to finished. Do you see this? So that corner is what I have left. It's so cute. It's so cute. I made more mistakes, but some of them I left. I'm just going to leave them. Is that the front or the back? I think you're looking at the back. This is the front. Like this one. I'm just going to leave it. I might show, like, I had spilled some tea. I don't know if that's going to show up because the white is blowing it out so bad. Anyway, I spilled some tea. I've been using a Missy Mouth stain remover. It's in my Amazon associate links, but I might do a short showing it make the tea spot disappear. This will go in the laundry. I'm seeing cat hair everywhere on it, but it's very close to done. So let's see. You can see it's just this corner up here. I would have had it finished if I didn't make mistakes on this project. And part of my tackle it is also, this I haven't hardly talked about. You know what? We'll do, where are they? There they are. Let's do a vintage magazine, because that was actually the original thing that motivated Shannon from another yarn. Let's do this from 1967. That motivated, that was like way too up close and personal. I apologize. I apologize for my face in your face. I'm in a mood. Anyway, Shannon from another yarn, her tacklets were her vintage whips. She calls them vintage whips because some of them have been whipped and sitting there a long time, not finished, as in works in progress, but from a long time ago. So this is the 1967, 25 cents. I paid 25 cents a piece for these, but it is now 2025, so good deal, right? All right, so this one, let's see what this jacket is. It's a stretch form. I know some of you have those. All right, so we've got to crochet, a shell edge, a crochet pullover, we'll look at that one, and a hot dish mat. To knit, we have a style setter in muted gold, which I'm assuming is this, evening shell, to knit for him. I know some of you might be interested in that. And an infant's cardigan. To tat, a picot chain tatted edge. And then special articles this time, decorating the party cake. So cake decorating. Miscellaneous, flower prints, we'll have to look at that. Departments, women who make sense. CENTS. Nice play on words. Foods, cakes dressed up and going to a party. And then with the cooks. Garden, flower and garden forum, miniature African violets. We're going to have to check that out. Okay, Sirius, Peruvianus, Monstrous, Gladys Reed Robinson. How I Grow, Harvest, and Use Herbs. Okay, so Gladys is the author, and that's How I Grow, Harvest, and Use Herbs. Now, I know some of you would be interested in that. Bonsai and Achenemes. Anyway, the style setter in muted gold on the cover is right there. Again, there you can see it in color. Let's check out the shell edge, what that looks like. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. So pretty. That's lovely. And they represent a J&P Coats Big Ball Best 6-cord mercerized crochet thread. Oh, 6-cord. I'll show you guys what I did. The thread was kind of a mess, so I kind of hanged it up and put it in here. And I already have a couple people, and that reminds me I need to do something for Arity. I'll do it right now. I'll do it as part of this video. So let's see. I feel like there was a number 6 on this. Yeah. So 6 thread must be 40 weight, right? Based on what I just saw. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for Arity related to that. Thank you, Vintage Magazine, for describing it that way for that lovely pattern. So this is exactly the yarn I would need to use to make that edge pattern. It was on page 20. It looks like there's some sewing patterns. Nope, not page 20. Let's see, I did not remember that page correctly. 12. Close, Lori, close. Anyway, so thank you. This vintage book taught me something about that 40 weight thread. What that 6 meant is what was it called? 6-cord mercerized crochet thread. I guarantee that's what this is based on the information. Okay, so here's what I need to do for Charity. She asked how many yards? How many yards in one of these 40 weights? Okay, so I'm going to get out my scale. Where are you, scale? Okay. I'll stop putting my face in the camera because that was just silly. My back is at about, I'm going to say 90%. This morning was a little touch and go. It was not great, but as I've moved around and I've gotten some crochet done and I've completed projects and almost, that mouth really actually, it looks like an adipose now, if you know the adipose. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to weigh, and I'm going to do it in grams. See if it actually might say how many grams it is. But if it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. All right. So, but I'm going to switch to grams because I have a feeling it's going to be easier to find. Do we not have grams? Okay. That's not right. I don't want it in kilograms. Do I not have grams? Kilograms. Ounces. Yeah, I might have to do it in ounces, y'all. I don't have grams. I don't know why. That's silly. I should have grams. It's not registering. It's not registering in ounces, so let's do 10 of them. I kind of had to, some of them were a little bit of a mess, so I kind of had to make them a little cleaner, and like I said, I rolled them and hanged them up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 10 of these. You can see I have more than 10 left. All right. So 10 of those is 14 ounces. That means they're each approximately, oh, no, it's saying, yeah, 14 ounces. Make sure there's nothing underneath. Oh, 12 ounces. Yeah, sometimes if it's touching the edge, so 12 ounces I think is right. So that means each one is 1.2 ounces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google how many yards in 40 weight cotton, mercerized cotton crochet thread in 1.2 ounces. Oh, it paired 2 ounces. So it is actually 1.4. Okay. Okay. I will come right back. Well, it turns out I didn't have an easy way to convert. So I first had to convert this to grams. So I think it is this one. It's probably actually 40 grams, but we're going to go with 39.5 because it does have the tag on it. I found for sale, this is how I had to do this, 20 grams. That was 250 yards. So I may have to mirror image this, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to set up the proportion. Do I from there? Yeah. So if I have 39.5 grams is to, we don't know how many yards, equals, so I got to put the grams where the grams are, 250 yards. And let's go ahead and do that division. I write really slanty. Okay, calculator. I don't do that kind of math in my head. I'm going to do that division. 250 divided by 20. I actually could have done that in my head if I was thinking. 12.5 yards per gram. That's the units. Equals, we're going to call it X over 39.5. Since this is divided by, X is divided by the grams, we're going to multiply both sides by 39.5. And what this is going to give us, that was grams, right? So those G's cancel each other out. And this cancels this. And let's see how many yards this is. Approximately. Okay. I wonder what it is in meters. It probably actually makes more sense. 493.75 yards. What was that meter conversion? Again, I had to look for some that was on sale, for sale, in order to even figure it out. It says it's 230 meters. Let's see what that does. I'm going to change this to meters. All it's going to change is this is 230 instead. So 230 divided by 20 times 39.5. 454.25. So what I think this is, I'm going to say it's approximately 490 yards and approximately 455 meters. Maybe I should have rounded this one up to 5. I don't know. It's a ballpark because I don't know, and there wasn't an easier way for me to convert, so I had to find 40 weight thread and then its ball band, basically, because this little ball band, or if you want to call it that, is in Greek. And I didn't see any other numbers, but that's the little math lesson. So in one of those little hanks of 40 weight cotton, mercerized cotton 40 weight thread, we're looking at 495 yards, 455 meters ish. Now I will finish out with another piece. So today's Tackle It was a math lesson as well. So free math lesson. I really was slurring my words. I don't know what that's about. It's been a long time since I took my muscle relaxant, so it's not that. Anyway, calculated this, assuming 40 weight thread is the same as what I saw there. This is approaching 500 yards, or in the vicinity of 450 meters. So that's to answer your question, Arity. I will send that off, that information to you via email as well. I have, like I said, I organized them. They were a mess. Like this one's in really good shape where there wasn't too much, but I'll show you another one. And then I'll get back to the vintage magazine for just a couple minutes. A lot of them I had kind of messes like that going on. So I'm not sure. And again, I did have to weigh 10 of them to feel like I was getting an accurate weight measurement. It was registering before that, but it did not register with just one. And I did not have grams, so I also had to convert that. And I still have this one that's 50 weight thread, and we established 50 weight is thinner. Which I've been told that, but now we can see. This is very close to dental floss right here, this 50 weight. That's what I would call that. Anyway, I only have one of those, and the rest, I have a bunch of these others. Like I said, some of them were more of a mess than others, and I kind of tried to have, make them a little bit less messy as I hanked it, but did the best I could because some of them were a mess. Anyway, thank you, Arity, for the question. And everybody got a free math lesson. And back to the Workbasket, which led us to down this rabbit hole. So this was the crochet shell edge. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the to knit for him, and it's in color, so this was their important page. Mr. Rogers vibes on that sweater, right? And then there's some sewing patterns. Seamless nylons, y'all. Hilarious. Baby books. Oh, Women Who Make Sense. It's like how women were crafting to make money. That's what this was. Making baby books out of cloth baby books. Making decorative waste baskets, making wind chimes, making purse sewing kits. That's how people were making, ladies were making money, because it says Women Who Make Sense, CENTS. Decorating the party cake. So that. I'm trying to get to the patterns because I know. Let's see what you can. Oh my goodness, this poor book. It's just all kinds of falling apart. There's a plant. There's a dill plant. About growing their own herbs. Also very valuable these days. Flower and garden. Here we go. What is this? This says, oh, it's how to grow your African violets. Like I said, this one's coming apart pretty bad. These are all plants. But again, it's not in color, so it's like harder to fully appreciate them. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you this. I believe that is a crochet pattern. This top. Let me see. Let me see if I'm remembering correctly. Nope, that's knit. That's a knit pattern. You find the other crochet pattern. There was another one. Crochet pullover. I just hadn't gotten there. This book was, oh, look at this. This is so in style right now, y'all. This is 1967. Look at that. Literally can imagine people wearing this around right now. That's crazy. So we're looking at basically 60 years ago. Totally in style. Colors and all of that. It's called the Candy Apple Pullover. This is another one. I might have to try that pattern. Oh, classified ads. Remember those? If you're under... I bet my daughters don't even know about classified ads. That's kind of funny. So if you're under 30, I don't know, maybe under 35, maybe under 40? Nah, under 35. I'm going to go, or even under 30 classified ads. All right. And then let's look at what they've tatted because that's always pretty. Let's do that. And then we'll be done with this because I blathered on because that's what I do. Okay, this is a knit and purl. So this one is crochet. This one is knit, and this one is tatted. Look at that. So pretty. Do I need to learn how to tat? I don't know. Maybe. In all my spare time when I finish all the 50 bajillion baby blankets I need to make. Anyway, Workbasket from 1967. Let's see, January of 1967. So, in essence, 1966. And I definitely, gosh, I really legitimately might have to make that sweater. We're going to look at it again. So glad it was a colored page as well. Look at that. Trying to get it so it's not glaring so bad, so you can really see the texture of it. Look at that. So nice. Wonder how many sizes they did. Choose 4 shades. 4-ply knitting worsted in the following amounts, and then they give it in ounces, not in yards. I don't know when it switched to measuring by yardage, because I know most places it's actually the it's done by weight. Okay, let's see. What size hook? Okay, not worsted weight yarn, a 4-ply knitting worsted, which I think means yarn. It says you need a size F crochet hook. And then it gives you gauge as well. Pretty basic stitches. Yeah. Okay. But it doesn't give sizes. So, like, is this a one-size-fits-all pattern? I guess. It doesn't give me... That's fascinating. Literally no sizing whatsoever. So this size. If you're this size, you can go straight with this pattern. That is so funny. It's funny to me that there's not even... Because in the last one, there were some measurements you could go off of. I could figure out the stitch count. Anyway, that's vintage. It's not a vintage whip, it's a vintage Workbasket magazine. Great stuff in there. Anyway, thank you all for coming in. And can I get an amen?